welcome to that part of the series when you're like, they didn't make another video, did they? Yes, number 4 of 8 from the Roman Army UofW 2021 on combat. In this fourth video, I'm going to say a little bit on the relationship between discipline or bravery, building on Ted Linden's work, though a brand new article says maybe that's all, not something to be enjoyed. So Whately disappears. Whately returns with the journal. Okay. Also, we're talking about discipline versus bravery, but in this latest issue of the Journal of Military History, a certain Tony MacArthur, should Roman soldiers be called professional prior to Augustus? Thinks this whole discipline versus bravery thing is a little misguided. So maybe everything I'm saying, you could argue, is pointless. Okay, so here we go. Disciplina versus bravery. So, right. So soldiers, what are Roman soldiers known for? We've talked about training, whatever. Their discipline. Okay, how well ordered they are, how much training they do. They can stand in line, they can move where ordered. You watch videos, you see things. For instance, you just watch them and they move, and it's all quite something. But another, of course, a big thing for Roman soldiers and so on, is this notion of virtus, okay? The virtue that they have, express, blah, blah, blah. This is a big part of the Roman masculine, etc. So some people are braver than others. Some are brave, some not. How many killed, doesn't matter. A big thing that comes up is some general, characteristics. Some soldiers do make conspicuous displays of courage and things like single combat, and have examples, Caesar, Josephus. Okay, whether they initiated themselves or someone says, Red Rover, can Roman soldier come over? I'd love to fight you. And off they go. Can bring a big morale boost. To use a cheesy analogy, and I'm sorry if you don't like this, I watched the hockey, and I can't say I'm necessarily a fan of the fighting, but it kind of can serve sort of the same way as the single combat. One guy says, "Hey, let's have our fists introduce each other," although they kind of just pull shirts and whatever. But afterwards, there's some cheering from both sides, and it can motivate the other team to play better. Okay, so that, there's that side of the displays and virtus, etc. There are rewards for certain kinds of brave performance. If you are the first person to do something, scale a wall or whatever, save a friend. But we also, there's a darker side. If you're striving for greatness and glory, besides any rewards you might get from your commanders, trophies. There are personal trophies that soldiers might get. There's the dark things that they do. A lot of soldiers take a lot of heads. There might be, you can look at the description of accounts of the Battle of the Teutoburg Forest involving Romans, Arminius, and Cherusci Germans, etc. And sure, there are, Germans with heads of Romans, but the Romans take heads too. And we have lots of epitaphs, maybe many of them auxiliaries, but they're still Romans, doing things with heads, like in this one here. And we find them on Trajan's column. So there's this dark trophy seeking side of things. We find lots of heads. So here, this epitaph, but here are other ones. Okay, possibly a similar kind of soldier. This is a bit like one of my Roman dudes. He's like, it wasn't me. Who was a ding in the head? No, it wasn't me. And then here we have them. But obviously, it's in some ways it's really dark, but it's also one of these super fascinating things. Okay, there's Trajan in the middle on Trajan's column. This is a public piece of art. They're not hiding it away. And here we have Roman soldiers, people would say auxiliaries, maybe. And there they are presenting the heads of clearly Dacians. They're bearded and lots of hair. So it's me, that's my head, being presented to those short-haired, clean-shaven Romans. Trajan looking on, possibly an appreciation. So, yeah, bravery and discipline. Well, how brave and disciplined is that anyway? Okay, so these one-on-one things. Oh yeah, I'm pretty much at the end. I'll just say to go back. So what is this? There is this tension between being disciplined and being virtuous, and getting rewarded and taking chances and showing your medal and getting rewarded, or taking trophies and showing them to the commander, and following your training and staying in line and not jeopardizing the battle order, etc., etc. Often at play, although I guess one of the things that the author of this would say is that, well, they're not professional before Augustus, and Doug Lee would say, well, they're not professional after Augustus. So maybe this slightly more reckless behavior from a modern military point of view is just, part of how they are. And this is all part of the experience. Anyway, these are just, you can find them on the slides. 6-10 gives you a good example of a one-on-one battle in Josephus. But I'm going to stop there. You can read it yourself.